live? I am live. Oh, hey. Hi, Christian Thomas. How are you? Thanks for being here. We'll give people a few minutes to come in. I'll go ahead and read my disclaimer paper. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purpose, such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. All right. Second. Oops. That works. No, that's too far. Let's see how this one works. There. Hi, Mary Jane. I'm having a good day today. I was up really late. I was up till 6 in the morning watching back my live and then looking at some of their video on the trial. I checked my email again, and before I knew it, it was 6. Hi, Tube's wife. Oh, it's been a while. I hope you guys aren't too bored with my book. If life is a game, these are rules. Whoops. And even though it's backwards, when I look at it, when I'm filming, it's not when people are reading it. It's really nice. All right. Let me get rid of this notification. All right. You guys like my ring? Wait, gosh darn it. Isn't that pretty? It's so pretty. Oh, thank you. Thank you. So, you know, it's a good, what is it? 7:30 my time or something, 10:30 Eastern. Tina, I thought you died. What? Oh, I've been back a while. Yeah. No. If I didn't die from my stroke, I'm not going to die. Yet. Okay, you guys. I'm assuming the volume is good, right? When I watched back my live, I'm so glad I watched back my lives. There was the most incredible glitching. I just couldn't believe it. Through half of it, maybe? So yeah, that was really weird. So I'm hoping being on the table, you know, upright, not touching it, and it not, I wasn't touching it. I keep getting these gosh darn notifications, and it covers up my live minutes and everything. All right. Boy, you guys, it's been raining pell-mell all day. Just pouring. So weird. Morning, afternoon, into the evening. Our off yesterday, but only briefly because it gets so windy. Okay, so this, you know, is the book, If Life is a Game, These Are the Rules. 10 rules for being human. as introduced in Chicken Soup for the Soul by Cherie Carter Scott, and she's a PhD. Yeah, these are words of wisdom. Rule 4, a lesson is repeated until learned. Okay, that's interesting. Oh my God, I hope this iPad doesn't fall for. Okay. Lessons will repeat it to you. Will repeat it? That makes no sense. It should be less will repeat or be repeated to you in various forms. You have learned them. When you have learned them, you can then go on to the next lesson. Have you ever noticed that lessons tend to repeat themselves? Hi, Sean B. Hi, everyone. Thank you. Why are you doing a cell phone broadcast? I don't like this. I don't like it. I'm out of hours or minutes or anything on StreamYard. That's why. So even if I wanted a panel, I can't have one. So when my little comes in, whatever you want to call it, I'm gonna pay StreamYard. I just am. Every month it's like $35, and I should be able to do that. Because I don't like this. I can't play my little music. I can't have a panel. Chat is weird. Things come up and then it instantly dissolves away like this. See, it's gone. Sean B, or two, I think that was Sean B, was the latest one. Yeah, I know. So I'm just kind of reading and then talking to the chat. I did a lot of talking yesterday. I shared about myself and my experience with a woman that I saw named Amanda at the store. And of course, I got emotional. I'm a real deep empath to the point where I couldn't be a nurse. I would be too attached, too worried. You know what I mean? I've done the, I've been a nurse's assistant, at a convalescence center in my 20s. And people die on the weekends mostly. It's a little odd, but they just do. And in the 5 months I was there, I sterilized equipment. I wrapped it up in a thing and put it in a machine and brought mail and water and helped them get dressed. The only thing I didn't do, well, no, 2 things. I didn't have to clean them up, with bedpans and wipe them down and bathe them. That lifting. So I was a nurse's aide assistant, and that's what they needed at this time. But people were dying that I was getting to know and love, and I knew they would. But it's like this. I was feeding a 105-year-old woman. I remember she was really tall. She was smiling. She was just so old. And I was feeding her yogurt. And she was half laying down, half sitting up. And she liked yogurt. And I thought, gosh, she's lived this long. She'll probably make 106. Like, they weren't sick or anything. This is what's so weird. And then I go in one day, after the weekends. Hi, Freeside. Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for being here. If I just say your name and act flippant, I don't mean to. Anyway, she wasn't there. She died. Just another man, an older man. He was 98 or something like that. Really old. And when you're in your 20s, seeing someone in their 90s is really kind of intense, But I've learned I learned through that they're not invisible like they feel. They should never be mocked or ridiculed or belittled in any way. In any way. I'm not going to say names. Some will know who I'm talking about. But I did a way on a show that I saw, a creator's show, that people are it just feels like to me, if you're old, you wear a diaper. No, you don't. Okay, some people are really old and they don't necessarily wear a diaper, and they don't may not have a scrunched up face, and I've always felt like this. I've always been like this since my 20s. So when I'm hearing this from women that are in their midlife area time or hormonal time or whatever it is when you are in a certain age, uh, it bothers me. It just bothers me. It made me kind of angry inside. And I think it's as wrong as a woman or a mother, I mean, or a father abusing their kids. I really do. It's like, do we take preference over children than the elderly? Um, I just don't think it's right. And I know with a certain person that even the age of in 60 or 61 or 62, that's considered old to them. And I'm here to say, if you live long enough, you'll make it there too. You know, there's no guarantees. Part of the reason I'm probably still alive, you guys, is I never drove. So I wasn't out on the roads all the time, you know. I mean, I was on the road when my ex drove from Vermont to Seattle, and we were nearly crushed by a gosh darn hitting the back of a semi. Went on the brakes, and I heard the F-U-C-K come out of his mouth for the first time. I was asleep in my chair, or seat, and I woke up. Oh my gosh, it was the outskirts of Butte, Montana. So think about that. We make it so far safe, one state away from Washington State, where we're headed, and we nearly get killed. I mean, and it was 3:30 in the morning. Good thing my ex, try not to say I won't say his name, but you all know who, was alert. Do you know what I mean? And not feeling really tired. 200 years ago, life expectancy like 40. Oh, you're funny. So I make a habit of not I mean, habit might not be right though. I make an effort to, when someone older is walking by me, passing me on the sidewalk, or is in the store, or really looking like they can't find something or whatever, because we have food and, oh gosh, you guys, pharmacy and a deli and clothes and everything under the sun is at Fred Meyer. It just is. It's a huge store. And I do. I'm like, I can probably help you find what you're looking for. That's what I say. I've been shopping here for 20 some years, and they welcome that. But I don't think all older people should be looped into some kind of uh, thing. Do you know what I mean? Like how they look and how they act, all different. Frankly, I'm healthier now than I was in my 20s. Okay, I mean, people might think I'm too thin. I'm really not. I'm like 119 pounds or so. Stereotype. Thanks for the word. Yeah. Um, but that's a good weight for me. It's nice not to have to suck in my stomach or feel like I have to. It's nice to, yeah. What age does older begin? Exactly. I don't know. It just irked me. And I saw that. And I've been hearing these negative connotations about being older for a while. 70 question mark. Yeah, I mean, look, when I was in my 20s, 60s was gosh darn older because 65 is retirement age. In this format, gotta the top right side 3 dot, hit the thanks 3 dot. But then when you reach your 40s, I would think 70s or 80s would really be kind of considered older. Do you know what I mean? And everyone else gets to kind of state how they feel about things and what people say, and you know how Leilani, I don't call her Leilani, I call her name, Leilani reacts. I saw her way before they even said anything. I'm sure other people had to have, all of you that's watching. Remember about, it was the second day. The second day. Someone was up there, a witness, and while they were talking, they had the camera on her, and she was looking straight ahead and said, that. 2 words, fuck that. Like you could read her lips. Yeah, me too. Me too. Because I followed it like everyone else, right? Back when Jimmy went to Georgia and Bullhorn Betty was there and all that stuff, right? So we all care. But I don't think different ages should be stereotyped. I mean, I don't know. Like it's my neighbor. I mean, when I met her, she was just a couple years older than I am now. And now she's 71, you know, and she has her own health issues and everything. The P. Diddy stuff is funny. I mean, yeah, some of it is, right? But some of it's really horrific and awful. I mean, the way he dragged his wife at that time, or was she the girlfriend, down the crazy, yeah, down the hall by her hair. He runs out in his towel. What a sick fuck. It just makes me sick. You know, and think about it. Think about it. She didn't want to be in there doing whatever they said. Well, how many people could he get, or did he have lined up? What's the deal with one person? What a freaking asshole. I hope he never gets out. You're trying to follow the Delphi, but what a mess. Yeah, I said the other day, that there was hair in Abby's hand. They disclosed that, and finally, and now they're saying it doesn't match. What's his name? Forgot his name. Is it Robert something? Anyway, it doesn't match his hair. Okay, now they haven't said whether it might be Libby's hair. They don't think it's animal hair, but I'm saying all along, I just have, you guys, and I feel strongly, he didn't do it. He sure as hell didn't do it alone. Okay, he just didn't. The blood was drained from one of them. He's a father. He's going to sit there and take time to do that? No, he doesn't want to get caught. He doesn't want to get caught. He's not going to lay branches over 2 bodies and all this. He's just not. So I do feel that it's, was it Libby? Was Libby the you know, more petite-sized one, or was that Abby? I can't remember. But she had a boyfriend, right? Logan, I think his name was, and the father is a spitting image. That guy looks a lot like Richard. It'd be interesting, Richard Allen, it'd be interesting to see, does he have a limp, kind of? He walks. There's all that talk about it. Does Richard Allen have a limp like that? Do you know what I mean? Have both of them walk side by side. I'm telling you right now, the hat was identical to the one on the bridge. that Logan's father, and I can't remember his name at all, that went to that cultish weird crap and displayed it on Facebook. I saw it. I saw it myself. Um, yeah, and I saw it on Tattooed Rebels Life. So it's not like I got into his Facebook and all this. No. So the hat was identical. I don't think Robert has one like that. Well, the StreamYard restart, I had StreamYard, right? Then I couldn't afford it at the end, and I went off anyway for 3 months, and maybe not going to come back, blah, blah, blah. I missed you guys too much and too bored. And then the Carly Gregg thing came up, and just like Suzanne, I was like, oh my God, I got to talk about this, like, with you guys. Well, it's 20 hours free on StreamYard per month. And I used those up last week. So I'm up in a couple of weeks or so. And the regular price is $35. And I don't have it. I don't even have $5 in my Cash App or PayPal, or in my account. And honestly, you guys, like, I'm not grifting. I'm just saying, I've gotten, since I got back on a month ago, just recently, I've gotten two smallish, whatever, not tiny amounts, but from two people. So all those times I put up Cash App and PayPal, I didn't get anything. And that's okay. But I'm saying that I didn't put it up during the hurricane stuff because I really didn't want to make any money off their plug over there and the demise of what some of them went through and are still going through. Apparently there's underreporting, missing of children and this and that, and it's just not good. And as of yesterday, there were still people with power. Yeah, so I'm not up here trying to bash anybody or anything like that. I think we all need to be kinder to different age groups because, like I said, if you're lucky, you'll get there too. I didn't think I was going to live to be 40. In my 20s, I was hitchhiking, I was a risk taker, I was, partied. I didn't like down booze, all this kind of stuff. But when you're drinking from 4 to 2 in the morning, beer and drinks and this and that and the other thing, you get drunk, and your inhibitions go down and you're more trusting and this and that. I don't think this day and age, I'd even be really alive. I think there's a lot more crime, a lot more drug issues and all that than back in the 80s. And the drinking age for me was 18 in Vermont back then. So there was no waiting till you were 21. I was drinking at 16. I was getting into some bars at 16, And when I was 26, I was passing for 16. And then when I was 36, I was passing for 26. And that's kind of been a thing where you have to always show, your ID. But I quit drinking 13 years ago, and I'm glad. It's poison. All right. Now, I'm going to get the book and read this. Have you ever noticed? Oh, no, I already read that. Oh, I didn't see the H. The H is like all, look at this H. Oops, where is it? Look at that H. It looks like half a sailboat or something. Have you ever noticed that lessons tend to repeat themselves? Does it seem as if you married or dated the same person several times in different bodies with different names? What? Well, they kind of mean I don't know. Anyway, have you run into the same type of boss over and over again? Okay, so it's what you're drawn to, the same kind of people. Okay. Several years ago, Bill Murray starred in a movie called Groundhog Day. Remember, this book was written in, I want to say 98. Yeah, 1998. In which he woke up in the same day over and over until he learned all the lessons he needed to in that one day. The same events kept repeating themselves until he finally got what it was he was supposed to do in each one. Does this strike a funny but familiar chord with you? I saw that movie. Most of you did probably. Lessons will be repeated until learned. When I taught high school, I always told my students, if you don't deal well with authority figures at home, then you will have an opportunity to deal with them out in the world. You will continue to draw into your life people who need to enforce authority, and you will struggle until you learn the lesson of obedience. Teenagers often perceive their limits as overly strict. At the age of 14, one of my former students went away to boarding school. Much to her surprise, she found teachers and staff with the same rules that her mother had laid down at home and that I had at school. She finally understood. In couples counseling, it is noted that people who divorce and remarry nearly always marry the same person. Or you might be like me and marry the same person about 7 years later. Marry the same type of person is left. Similarly, a friend of mine named Cassidy, who is a compulsive perfectionist, had a knack for attracting inappropriate men. It was no coincidence that Cassidy, to whom mismatched socks were a horror and a torn shirt a federal offense, repeatedly drew men into her life dressed like slobs. Thanks, Sean B. Thank you. She was a stickler for manners, yet her most recent boyfriend held his spoon like Fred Flintstone wielded a drumstick. Only recently did Cassidy begin to acknowledge that perhaps these men were appearing in her life as teachers and opportunities to work out her perfectionistic issue. You will continually attract the same lesson into your life. You will also draw to you teachers to teach you that lesson and get it right. The only way you can free yourself of difficult patterns and issues you tend to repeat is by shifting your perspective so that you can recognize the patterns and learn the lessons that they offer. You may try to avoid the situations, but they will eventually catch up with you. To face these challenges means you need to accept the fact that something within you keeps drawing you to the same kind of person or issue. Painful though that situation or relationship may be, in the words of Carl Jung, there is no coming to consciousness without pain. Come to consciousness you must if you are ever to stop repeating the same lessons and be able to move on to new ones. The challenge of Rule 4 is to identify and release the patterns that you are repeating. As any good facilitator or therapist will tell you, this is no easy task, since it means to change, and change is not always easy. Staying just as you are may not help you advance spiritually, but it certainly is comfortable in its familiarity. You grooved your patterns a long time ago as a way of protecting yourself. Moving into unfamiliar new behavior can be uncomfortable, not to mention at times frightening. Rising to the challenge of identifying and releasing your patterns forces you to admit that the way you have been doing things isn't working. The good news is that by identifying and releasing the pattern, you actually learn how to change. In my seminars, I teach that there are 6 basic steps to executing any change in your life. They are: number 1, awareness. Becoming conscious of the pattern or issue. Number 2, acknowledgement, admitting that you need to release the pattern. 3, choice, active electing to release the pattern. If my sound is scratchy or my mic's off, please let me know in chat, okay? 4, strategy, creating a realistic plan. 5, commitment, taking action aided by external ability. 6, celebration, rewarding yourself for succeeding. No lasting change can be made, nor any pattern released permanently without going through each one of these steps. That's interesting. So you need to celebrate for succeeding and not like maybe going out with an abusive guy, picking an abusive person again. And I'm not saying here my ex was, I'm just saying like, people that you're drawn to. Sometimes the people that I don't want to say are wayward, and that wasn't my ex. He was in the Air Force and everything, my ex-husband, but kind of wayward and not really established in where they are and struggling with their own home issue with their mother. If you want to be a people pleaser and a helper and that kind of thing, then, like my daughter's dad, he struggled pretty bad with his relationship with his mom. He doesn't know about my channel, thank God. But that's just facts, and I saw it. No lasting change can be made, nor any pattern released permanently without going through each one of these steps. In order to facilitate your process of change, you will need to learn the lessons of awareness, willingness, causality, and patience. Once you master these, you will most likely find the challenge of identifying and releasing your patterns far less intimidating. Awareness. Only that day dawns to which we are awake. Henry David Thoreau. Only that day dawns to which we are awake. Awareness is the process of becoming fully conscious. Awareness can trickle into the corners of your mind slowly as you clean out the cobweb, or it can dawn suddenly the moment you become cognizant of your patterns and begin to see yourself objectively. However it is attained, like a light bulb being switched on that illuminates the dark pockets of your unconscious mind. It is the first step to facilitating any change you wish to make in yourself. Cultivating awareness is a lifelong process. Every moment presents you with the opportunity to remain awake or to slip into unconscious behavior. We can walk through life on automatic pilot, or we can pay attention and behave in a conscious manner. The key to learning awareness lies in tracing the root of your behaviors so you can identify the beliefs that cause repeat the same patterns. Once you identify the patterns, you can then work on releasing them through willingness. The opportunity to learn the lesson of awareness is presented each time you feel a sense of discontent in your life. With every desire for a shift in your path or vision of something different comes a chance to look within and ask yourself, what is the truth of what I want? What change do I want to make? The answer that arises to those questions will provide you with the awareness you need to move forward in your process of change. There are countless ways to awaken. Paying attention to your feelings is the easiest way to get in touch with your inner machinations. Machinations? I didn't know that was a word. Machinations. Machinations. Machinations? Machinations. It's got to be machination. Anyway, feelings are the lights on the dashboard of life. When one is illuminated, you can be sure it is a signal of some internal issue that needs to be addressed. Simply noticing your behavior can bring you to awareness. When you observe your actions as an objective spectator, you remove the filter of self-judgment and allow yourself to see the patterns that you are repeating. As you watch yourself in a variety of situations and notice similar actions and reactions, you to light the common thread attached to the necessary lesson. So usually comments come up See, Pink Peony, I didn't see yours. I managed to pick out the controlling ones. I just gave, and then it disappears, and I can't even finish it. I just gave trying. I just gave trying. Oh, you probably meant to put I just gave up trying altogether, right? Wow. Yeah, the controlling ones. Well, the thing is, men and women, right? Oops. Yes, gave up. Yeah. You know, when someone wants you, they act a certain way, right? And then once they have you, they act a different way, especially if you marry them. That's all I'm going to say about that. And again, I'm not throwing shade on Joe. If you're watching this, I'm not. I'm not saying like, well, we both changed when we got married, but I don't know. I think men are more controlling than women in the marriage thing. Not the wedding itself, probably. They're probably more controlling. Because, you know, you think you can change the person or have that right even, you know, when you're married to them, maybe. Or that's what the men seem to think, I think. But women too, but, you know. Okay. The key to learning awareness lies in tracing the root of your behavior so you can. Hey, according to Leanie, you got running emojis with arrows. Is that because you're traveling? So you can identify the beliefs that cause you to repeat the same patterns. Once you identify the patterns, you can then work on releasing them through willingness. The opportunity to learn the lesson of awareness is presented each time you feel a sense of discontent in your life. Buenas noches, Lini. Is that good evening? I know bueno is good. Noches is not. That's got to be good evening. Oh, because you run through chats, never know how long you can stay. Wow. I'm like that. All right. Once you identify the patterns, you can then work on releasing them through awareness. The opportunity to learn the lesson of awareness is presented each time you feel a sense of discontent in your life. With every desire for a shift in your path or vision of something different comes a chance to look within and ask yourself, what is the truth of what I want? What change do I want to make? The answer that arises to those questions will provide you with the awareness you need to move forward in your process of change. There are countless ways to awaken. Paying attention to your feelings is the easiest way to get in touch with your inner. I already read this? Because Machinations is on here again. I already read this, you guys. And I didn't catch my brain until I came to that word. Feelings are the lights on the dash of life. See, I already read that. Simply noticing your behavior can bring you to awareness. When you observe your actions as an objective spectator, you remove the filter of self-judgment and allow yourself to the patterns that you're repeating. As you watch yourself in a variety of situations and with similar actions and reactions, you bring to light the common thread attached to the necessary lesson. Tools like meditation, journaling, personal coaching, and therapy help many learn awareness. Others, simply posting meaningful reminders on the bathroom mirror works. For me, surrounding myself with others who are on their path and live in a conscious way is the best way to stay awake. Since lessons are repeated until learned, and since you cannot learn lessons until you become aware of them, it makes sense that you will need to cultivate. Thanks, Leanie. Hi, Barbara Smith. Yeah, you know, I mean, I've got some hair now, right? I knew I'd like it better. Now it's not to the middle of my lips, it's to like almost the bottom of my lip, and then in a couple of months it'll be here, and then it'll be here. Okay, yeah. Okay, ask yourself what patterns you are repeating. You might be surprised to see how evident they were all along. Willingness. Life doesn't require that we be the best, only that we try our best. The real secret to being able to change is the willingness to do so. If you are to make any progress at all in excavating yourself from the cycles that entrap you, you must first identify the patterns that keep you stuck. And I'm going to say it right here. I'm appreciating this book and these readings because I really want to squash things with Rose. And that doesn't mean that she wholeheartedly will want to with me, you know? And I watched back actually when I was in her chat. It was 5 days ago, and I listened to her comments and her sadness and a little bit of her crying and some of her anger. And because I needed to be reminded, really, of how I hurt her. Now, did she hurt me too? Yes. She feels that I started it by airing her message. And I am sorry, and I'll have to tell her that. All right, I did tell her, but I don't think she really believes it. I am sorry. All of it, my part in it. Because again, my messages were leaked 2 times before I leaked hers. I know the pain it caused. So when I was able to talk to her in her chat and tell her why and be honest with her and myself, it was freeing. I did hurt her. I was just hurt to the core. When you don't, if people don't understand why you see your family, that's one thing. But to say things like, you don't have a bond, did she beat you? That got brought up, and then my dad. Listen, that just makes the pain missing someone all the more hurt and worse. And what I think we need to do is give some grace to people, because you really may not understand their situation. And it was nice because Maria, she had my back in Rose's chat, because I was able to really read a few things when I was typing. And everybody assumed I could change the plane ticket destination a 3rd time. No, she had my back. Type that in chat. That was really nice. So hopefully she and I can make peace too. But I know, trust is earned and it takes time. And I also know, and I love this saying, I don't know where I heard it, time takes care of time. Time takes care of time. But I'm hoping, I'll say it right on here. I'm hoping, that, when she receives the item, that she wants so badly back, and that I'll be given eventually a chance to be friends, to show her. If you're shut out of someone's world and life and thoughts because there's so much hurt and anger built up, or waters under a bridge, whatever. Wow, hi Klein, I haven't seen you in ages. Hi. That I won't have the chance to show or prove or have the opportunity to show real remorse and sadness for my behavior in these back in April. It didn't go on for 6 months. It started 6 months ago. It lasted through March and April. And then I went off in June. So it was like a month and a half, but it was 6 months ago, you know? Anyway, if you truly want to change, you will choose to do it and make a commitment to the process of it. However, if you rely on the thought that you should change, you make the decision to do so, and then you will feel the pinch of sacrifice. Following the current trends, the advice of friends, or the wishes of family members result in decisions. Following your inner compass results in choice. Perhaps the change you wish to make is to stop smoking. If you truly want to stop, then you choose to do so, and you make a commitment to quitting. However, if you just have the nagging feeling that you should quit, you might then decide to do so, and thus end up feeling like you are making a sacrifice by quitting. Yeah. Or perhaps you think you need to begin an exercise regime. If you truly want to do this because you want to become healthier or more fit, then you will viscerally make the choice to do so, and you will have a much easier time making a commitment to your new routine. However, if you think you should exercise to look or feel better, you will most likely decide to do so somewhat half-heartedly, and thus feel like you are making a sacrifice each time you try to exercise. Remember, want leads to choice, which leads to commitment. Should leads to decision, which leads to sacrifice. Whenever I think of the lesson of willingness, I think of a woman named Karen who came to one of my time management workshops. Karen was an incredibly busy person who ran around all the time trying to catch up on all the things she had to do. Between her errands, phone calls, hectic job, and social obligations, Karen was always on the run and never on time for anything. Karen's family began to get angry that she rarely had time for them, and that when she did make time, show up nearly an hour late. Her boss admonished her repeatedly for being late to work. I knew it. It's that guy that just floors it in his little black... See, listen. Can you guys hear it? He'll speed out. He takes a left or right. He's... Hear that? I hope there's no kids. The parking lot. Hear that? Oh my gosh, I just can't even believe it. People used to drive like that before they put a boardwalk in. And shortly after it was built, this nice wooden boardwalk along like the ditch area, probably high. He's always leaving around this time. What is it? 11? No, it's been almost an hour, so it's like 11:30. I think, yeah, maybe he is. He's either like going out. It is the weekend, isn't it? He always leaves at night. I mean, I looked out my window once and I saw a little black car, and he parks way over here. So he lives here. But I don't know, you guys. Just parents let their kids at dusk and dark, ride little bikes and play ball and run in out of cars. It's just so ridiculous. Okay. All right. So this Karen lady, her boss admonished her repeatedly for arriving late till her friends felt ignored and annoyed that she could not even send their birthday cards on time. um, it probably does, but what bothers him the most is when kids are really loud outside his window. You know, this room used to be his. You know, it didn't have all these colors and everything. He'll have something on the wall, and then he's just got to take it down because of his OCD. His dad has sent him nice cloth, you know, with waterfalls and trees, and he'll get tired of the color or the size or whatever, and they're down. So his room's pretty bare. I've bought him, um, I bought him these fluffy white rugs that are in my room for his room. I think they were 25 or 30 a piece. I bought him two. I think he had them in there because I knew it would help keep his feet warm too. It's cold really, really easy. He's like, touch my feet. So I do. I touch toes, and sometimes they're ice. But he isn't moving around as much, right? You know, I'm moving around and taking care of animals and cooking meals. And today, we filled out our ballots today, you guys. I hope you every single one of you and every single one of you 18 watching and then some vote because let's see, what is your voice matters, but that's not what your voice, now I forgot, I had it on the tip of my tongue. Your voice counts, your voice matters, but there was more to it than that. Now I can't, maybe I'll think in a minute. Today's Saturday. That person in the car is probably going out to get out of the house. My brother does that almost every day. Thank God your brother. Golly, it just fades out. This is why I read the chat really fast. Why my brother doesn't have a loud, noisy car anymore. I thought maybe it was him starting it, but I wasn't sure, so I didn't say anything. Then I knew. He likes to go over the speed bump and then floor it. Go over the speed bump and floor it. It's weird. All right. The pressure on Karen to change her ways was enormous, so she decided to work on managing her time better. Karen did improve her habits for a week. She tried to organize her time better so that everyone in her life would be happy, but she overlooked one essential fact. She really did not want to change. She was not willing to give up the adrenaline rush she got from running around all the time. She enjoyed feeling needed in many different places at once. Giving that up felt like a sacrifice to her. Karen's efforts to short, and she ultimately reverted to her old patterns. By the time Karen came to the workshop several months after her aborted attempt to change, she was physically exhausted and emotionally drained. She herself could no longer tolerate living the way she had been living. Karen admitted she needed to change, not for anyone else's sake, but for her own sanity. Karen was willing to change and thus chose to do so. She no longer wanted to miss the first hour of every family dinner or have to sneak in the back door of her office building in the morning. It was her willingness that allowed her to commit. I'm in Cali over here. They start bumping music pretty loudly before going out, says Pink Peony. Wow. Yeah, you're 2 states down from me. Okay, Karen was willing to change and thus chose to do so. She no longer wanted to miss the first hour of every family dinner, have to sneak in the back door. I already said that. It was her willingness that allowed her to commit to a more manageable schedule eventually get her life under control. So the next time you're struggling to make a change in your life, ask yourself, how willing am I really to make this change? If you are not succeeding, there's a good chance that you may be relying on belief that you should change rather than on your intrinsic desire to do so. Yeah. Causality. Causality. C-U-S-A-L-I-T-Y. To every action, there is always opposed an equal reaction. That's by Sir Isaac Newton. Causality is the acknowledgement that you are the source of your manifestations. In other words, everything that you attract into your life is coming to you because of something you are projecting out into the world, and you are therefore responsible for drawing to you all of your circumstances. Okay, I disagree. That the first thing that comes to mind, so a woman that's wearing a short dress and drinks a little, well, maybe drinks a little too much might get raped. I guess, or R-A-P-E-D, I guess so. But if that same woman is walking home in the dark, right? I guess that really is true, which you're projecting out into the world, and you are therefore responsible for drawing to you all of your circumstances. Don't know about all of your circumstances. 3 dots laughing. What's funny, 3 dot, besides me, my silly non-StreamYard, my silly little books? What's so funny? I need a good laugh. Hi, Michael Blade. Wow, it's been a while. Thank you. Thanks so much for saying hi. Wow, you guys. Hit the like, okay? And if you haven't subscribed, I hope you do so. I mean, I would love to have even 1 or 2 subs. That would be so nice. I mean, I'm happy with what I have, but we all want more. We all want more. Okay, by remaining, wait. Oh, Lord. He's asking for a snack. My daughter has them in her room.
I just want one.
Shaylin, just give him one. This is all on the internet because I don't know how to put this thing on gosh darn pause. Just give him one. Just one, okay?
You can give me one.
Just one. Because we don't want to run out of snacks, and I don't know when I can get to the store again. And ow. Because where was I? Everything, okay. It's difficult to give up the idea that circumstances just happen to you, as opposed to because of you or your behavior. By remaining an innocent victim of fate, you do not have to acknowledge that you are in any way responsible for what befalls you, and you can continue to hide deep within the vortex of your patterns. Okay. Think back to my friend, the perfectionist, who consistently attracted sloppy men into her life. As she and I discussed her pattern, she began to consider the possibility that she was projecting something out into the world that was attracting these men. Perhaps it was that she was so well put together and groomed that they gravitated toward her, so that she could reinforce their identity as slobs by comparison. Oh, wow. Hi, Ryan. Hi, Ryan Bremer. I haven't seen you in a while either. PCT, you were in the process of boring the heck out of the viewing public. You're funny. Well, listen intently and you'll learn something. I'm learning a lot here. Okay, or perhaps it was simply an issue of chemistry. Regardless of what energy was that drew these men into her life, she ultimately needed to own up to the fact she was the cause of her circumstances. Or let's look at Andrew, a chef who had gotten fired from 4 different restaurants for inappropriate behavior. In each case, oh, wow. Good. Almost done. Almost done reading. She claimed that he claimed that the management of the restaurant was to blame. He either said he had been victimized by the management, set up by his boss, or not told exactly what it was he was supposed to do. It's like listening to someone talk in elevator music. You're hilarious. You're funny. Okay, what Andrew needed to look at, however, was the behavior that he was repeating over and over that was causing the pattern to perpetuate. That is not to say that each pairing was entirely his fault. It just seems highly unlikely that 4 different restaurants could have the same issue with him without there being some truth to it. Andrew needed to learn that he played a role in creating his circumstances. Then, and only then, could he begin to see his pattern and work to release it. Wah, wah, wah. Peanuts parent talking. Wah, oh no, it's wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. When my son was little, I had all the, right? All the Peanuts holidays one, right? Thanksgiving, Christmas, of course, and Valentine's Day and Easter, of course, where Snoopy dressed up as the bunny and Dave, settle down, says Barbara. Oh my God. 3 dots. You make me laugh. Oh Lord. I'm on live.
Can I have a Dr. Pepper? Just
Parker, you don't want pop.
I do.
Oh Lord. Hang on. Hang on. Josh Britt. Hi. 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 Well, hello, Josh Britt. Thanks for being here. Hit the like and subscribe if you're willing to. Hold on, prop this table up so it doesn't fall. 3 dot. Say G-Y-A-T. What? Guyat? Or good? Is G-Y-A-T stand for something? Just a second, Parker. I told you not to interrupt my live and that I was going to ignore you. Didn't I? But just because you got us late at night, you think you asked me for a pop. That bothers me. So do I stick to my guns and ignore you? Okay, this is what I'm going to do. We're going to compromise, Parker. When I'm done with my live, I'll get you a soda. Okay? My iPad's going to fall over. All this talk is on live because I don't know how to pause on YouTube Live. It's different than StreamYard. Ooh.
That's fine.
All right. The pop is in my bedroom. English or Spanish? Troll night. Oh, he might not be a troll. He might just be from a different country and be saying what he feels he wants to say. I mean, it's not anything negative or bad. No blocking. I mean, unless you don't want to see their comments and you're being hurt. Whoever, oh, moves first, is that? Oh, they're trying to spam my, with that word. It's probably a woman. It's literally probably a woman. No. Okay, what I'm going to do is that one comment. Okay. All right, let me finish this. Okay, this is the last one. Patience. yeah, or a little boy. Yeah. Patience, you guys. Be patient. You'll know when it's time for you to wake up and move ahead. By Ram Dass, D-A-S-S. Sounds like kids. Oh, okay. I want to sit on this pillow, and I don't want... Oh, yeah, no. Okay. Oh, dear. Okay. Yeah, I took care of that, Lainey. Okay. Patience, which I'm learning right now. With people coming to my door when I implore them to do otherwise, just for a gosh change. Wow, that was definitely, yeah, I took care of it. And then, you know, people coming into my chat and trying to say inappropriate things and stuff. Patience is the display of tolerance while awaiting an outcome. PCT, if you pull my finger, oh my gosh, you're so silly. Or not, I tried. Patience is a display of tolerance. What outcome, Dave? Dave. You, Dave, are presented with a lesson of patience the moment you try to create a change within yourself. Dave, you expect immediate results and are often disappointed when your first few attempts to follow through fall short. When people try to lose weight, cheat on their diets, they get very frustrated with themselves for not being able to stay with their new eating regime and berate themselves for not changing their patterns. What does ROFL stand for? RFL. I mean, I've seen it before. They create a change within you. As you already know, change is rarely easy. Oh, rolling on the floor laughing. As you already know, change is rarely easy. You need to exercise gentleness, Dave. And 3, patience with yourself as you work your way through this process. Growth can be slow. Painstaking process and patience will provide you with the stamina, Dave. You need to become the person you want to be, 3. Absolutely hate getting stuck in traffic. He has a magnifying glass. Stamina, Dave. Don't bring that up. He'll start talking about his SE whatever life and say he has lots of stamina problems. Only 1 today, Yeah. Corbin Dallas. Wow, there was a Corbin here yesterday, but I don't think it was Wang. Look at you. I don't think it was Corbin Dallas, though. It was Corbin someone else. Where am I? Okay, if you absolutely hate getting stuck in traffic, chances are you get a little work in that area of patience. And chances are you will probably get stuck in traffic jams. There's someone who has no issue with patience, Dave. And not simply because the universe has a sense of humor. You will just notice the traffic more than someone who has no issues with it, Dave. 3, 2. He 2, because he's being funny. Yeah, Dave. Hi, Susie. Yeah. Okay. Remember, a lesson will be repeated until it's learned, Dave. It just takes a little patience. All right, 2. You'll be okay. Tomorrow it will be learning does not end. You better be here, 2. Director Dave, let's go. You're so funny. You're so funny. I'm not going to stay on too long. Feeling kind of bad. He doesn't just want water, snack. So I'm going to read. Well, now where is it? Oh, here it is. Courage to Change, Dave. I had Courage to Change in 2011. Courage to Change. Al-Anon A. It's kind of the same difference. Today's the 19th, right, you guys? October 19th. Where is it? It's way back here. Okay. Mary Jane Dave with the eyeballs. Hilarious. I have recently been reminded that I am not responsible for the workings of the entire universe. Dave, I'm not responsible. An unexpected transfer at my job sent me to a new city, and I had only 1 week to find a place for my family to live. After 3 unsuccessful days, I grew frantic. I had been in Al-Anon or AA long enough to know that I needed a meeting. Listening to others share about taking care of our responsibilities and trusting a higher power with the rest, I was reminded that I could only do my best. I do the footwork, but I couldn't force the house to appear. I had to let go and let God. On the last day of my search, I found a wonderful place to live. Struggling and worrying didn't help me to solve my problems. Doing my part and trusting my higher power with the rest did. Today's reminder, what I can't do, my higher power can. When I let go and let God, I am free to take risks and to make mistakes. I know that I am powerless over many things. Today I can take comfort in knowing that I don't have the power to ruin God's plans. Thank you, lunch lady. Amen, sir. 3 dot. PC 3 dot says PCT. This should be an hour and 59-minute live. What do you think? Nada. I can't do it. I can't sit here and talk for hours on end when I don't even have a panel. Listen, I like that. Today I can take comfort in knowing that I don't have the power to ruin God's plans. That's profound, and I haven't heard it in a long time. I haven't read this book in a while. Okay, this is by Victor Hugo. Dave, you should know this one. Have courage for the sorrows of life and patience. I wish I could show all of your chat comments. Wait, have courage for the great sorrows of life and patience for the small ones. And when you have laboriously accomplished a task, go to sleep in peace. God is awake. Oh, I love that. Go to sleep in peace. God is awake. I love that. What happens if I hit? Okay. All it says when I hit on your comments, guys, is report, remove, add as moderator, put user in timeout, or hide user on this channel. Yeah. Yeah, I love that. Thank you. Thank you, lunch lady. Well, Dave, I teased you a little bit, but you like being teased. I know you do. And you're very funny, and you and the funny people in here liven up. God. PCT, you should read a sexy novel, he says. That's kind of a good idea. I could kind of even act with it, whatever. Not act, you know what I mean. And I could do like what were those novels? I think I read just one when I was little. Ladies, what were they called? That lady wrote one after another. Those romance novels. Oh, fiddlesticks. I just can't remember. Oh my God, 3 times. Harlequin. That's it. Harlequin. Leanie Hustler. You're a hustler, Leanie. You're hilarious. You're so Playgirl. Yes, I'll admit it right here. I bought one once, my 20s. Well, I had to. I had to see what on earth, not the differences between that and Playboy, but I was curious. 79 minutes and 40 seconds. And now I have 33 people watching instead of 16. Throbbing? Oh, Lord. You're fun. He likes to go into women's chats like Team Rose and mine and others. He's got a laugh face and get a rise out of us, right? You like to get a rise out of us. All right, I'm done. 80 minutes. Oh my God, you guys are hilarious. You really are funny. I say that a lot. You're funny, you're hilarious. But you are. You're hilarious. Thanks for coming to PCT is Extreme. I need to put a title on this. Oh my gosh, 3 dot. He said I have a rise going on. You do not. Oh, I would think it would take more than that. All right. So, thank you for coming. Hit the like. Please subscribe. I said thank you for coming in my mind. See what you've done to me, Dave? Good, you guys. This is what happens when you go out with someone for 8 years and then shortly after Valentine's Day they want to show a live tease. 3 dot. I can't sit here and stay on forever. You know what I mean? Actually, I should go to bed pretty soon. I mean, get some real decent sleep. I try to go to bed at 10, 10:30, 11. Yesterday was in the morning. What does LL mean? Oh, go live, Dave. Yeah. Yeah. Do you have a channel, Dave? It's Friday. Well, Tattooed Angel has singing. 3 dot, you should go over there and sing. Go over there and sing. Leanie, you go over there and sing. I'm tired to sing. Like I gotta have the other iPad. I gotta pick out the song. I have to rehearse it. Sure, my mute is on to not upset the other guests. They wait your turn, and it's I mean, you get used to it, but it's kind of intense, you know. You popped over there. Okay. Who is singing? Well, maybe she's not live anymore, but Tattooed Angel on Saturday and Friday has her karaoke. Saturday, what the F? Oh, yes, Saturday. All right, I'm going to go sign off, do what I need to do. Get my ballots in the mail tomorrow. Be a proud voter. Vote. Your voice, not as your weapon. What is it? Your voice is your instrument to be heard? No, what did she say? I can't remember. Thank you. Thanks everyone for being here. I love you guys. I do. Please subscribe to me from the bushes if you care to, and put the notification on all. And if you're not getting notifications, and I've gotten those comments before, you unsubscribe and you resubscribe, and that should be helpful. Okay? Good night. Thank you, everybody. Including you, 2 dot Dave, including you. Always good to see you. Well, I can't just sit here and talk to a screen. The chat fades out. If I had StreamYard right now, I'd get him his soda and I'd have a panel. So if you want to send to my Cash App or PayPal, I'm not even kidding, $35, I'll sign up for StreamYard. I'm not gifting. Those are just facts. It's over on the 28th. And yesterday was the 18th. So we're looking at 9 more days of this. Yeah. But in case Dot has forgotten or would like to know, oh snap, I know. It's at Papercut, no it isn't, $ Papercut Tina. That's my PayPal, and my cap is at Dakota Dame 0627. Because I'm a South Dakota girl, and don't you forget it, any of you. All right. Bye-bye. Thank you. Prism Live is free streaming. All right, I'll look that up because honestly, I spent at least 2 hours doing Restream, and it was easy. You could set it up easy. But I could not for the life of me. Good night, Barbara. I could not for the life of me get my YouTube channel connected. I hit the button and this yellow thing comes down and says, over and over again it said it, stop, keep talking to, stop, keep You're funny. Would say go into settings, go to your browser and disable, not enable, disable pop-ups. Well, guess what? It was disabled and it still wasn't working. So I enabled it and then disabled it, thinking that might work. Someone told me when your Wi-Fi goes, you might need to like turn it off, turn it back on, whatever. Yeah, it's not working. I got, after about 2.5 hours, you're funny, 3 Dot. It's not even 9 yet. Well, where, on my end? Is Dave gonna go live? Drink some coffee. Well, you know, I mean, I slept noon, thank God. And I slept through it. So I got a good 6 hours. Restream through Chrome. That's what I was on. I was on Chrome, and then I went over and I changed the browser to Safari, and then I even changed it to Firefox because I was told, well, I have a radio. I mean, you know, I have Duffy is actually really kind of interesting. No, I'd get in trouble. I can't do that. That's not YouTube enlisted, or not enlisted, but it's not YouTube safe, I don't think. Duffy. Yeah. All right, I'm going to go. You guys are 3 more minutes will be 90 minutes. Yeah. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Bye-bye. Say bye to my pretty ring. I got it from my friend Teresa. Okay, what was that other one called? Primo? Prime. Will you put that back up? Who put that up? Was that Susie or Lunch Lady? Prime Co. Oh, there it is. Prism Live. Prism Live. I'm going to look into that right now. All right, love you very much. Thanks for all being here. Prism Live. Susie. Thanks, you guys.